Yo, what's going on YouTube? We back with another video, man. It is Wednesday. I hope y'all had a good day today, man. My day today, it wasn't too bad. It was a short day. Had to get some work done on my truck today, so that pretty much took up the majority of my day. But yeah, man, we back. Got another video. This particular video today, we are talking about SEAL Team 6 operator recounts one of his most dangerous gunfights of his life. So I don't know who this guy is or what exactly he's talking about other than what's in the title. You know what I mean? So we about to get into it and see what we're talking about. And another thing, I just want to appreciate y'all, for helping me, build this channel. I'm new to this whole thing, so right now my goal is 100 subs and I believe we're at 61. So y'all can please, share the channel, man. If y'all like my content, man, just share the channel. It don't hurt, and it's free, to support, man. So I appreciate everybody that's coming to my that's watching the videos and taking time to like and comment, man, and just communicate with me. And I'm gonna continue to, do the same for y'all. When I see y'all in the comments, try to respond to y'all, and try to build this community up and, be one big happy YouTube family. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, so let's go ahead and get to this video and see what he's talking about.
And we go back to the firefight you were referencing was the one with Jay Redmond and those guys. That was September 10th. So almost on the anniversary. And
almost the anniversary of
everything that
11th.
could have gone wrong went wrong, but in a positive way. Zero illume. There wasn't an ounce of moonlight out, nothing. And for the guys that don't run around with night vision, those things aren't perfect. They're not, man.
So
you don't
like
have any ambient light out there. Like, they don't work very well. They just don't. So we were going back to the exact same spot, 2 houses down from where that thing happened. So we called it the Karma House. Like, bad karma, here we go. And we were going to land on the X. We're going to blow the front door and take this thing down hard. That's what we did back then. So flying helos right to the front door, and this is what we're doing. And we knew from past experiences exactly what kind of resistance we were going to meet, and we planned for the worst. Like, I went in on that thing completely knowing in that first room I was going to get shot.
Damn.
Like, they had belt feds, they had suicide vests, like, these guys are committed for sure. If we go in right now, that first room is going to be sketchy. And
Man, look, I don't know, I said this in another video the other day. I tip my hat to the guys, that sign up to do this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, and go on these missions and so on and so forth, because, like, just listen to what he talking about. You talking about guys that are, heavily trained to do whatever, and they're down to do whatever they got to do for these missions, no questions asked. But when you're in a situation where you're about to possibly walk into a building or kick the door down into a building, and that there's people in there with S vests on, and they got LMGs or belt feds as he call it waiting on y'all, that's a sketchy situation, because you already know what you're about to walk into, but you can't not do it because it's the mission. You know what I mean? That's a tough thing.
we landed on the X and we ran through that thing like we've done a million other times, and there was no one there. Dry hole.
Wow.
And then we get an update that all those guys had left and had ran out the back. And now they're in adjacent, essentially a cornfield. But if you imagine an endless field of nothing, just a plowed field, and then right in the middle of it is about 500 yards of 6 foot tall, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's like straw, but it's not. I mean, you can't see anything. And they're trying to walk us down on top of this guy. So we all switch over. It's probably 6 or 7 of us. And we all get online and we were all starting to walk down. We've all switched over to fires and we're listening. And 2 of the new guys and 1 of the EOD guys had not switched over to fires. We literally interlocked arms. That's how bad it was. You couldn't see.
See, that's another thing. Like, I'm assuming he's talking about when he's saying switched over to fires. I'm thinking he's talking about like how they're communicating. So that's like, I don't know if any of y'all are gamers, that's following me. But to me, that sounds like when you jump in and you playing Warzone, you got a mic and nobody else has a mic. So it's like you jumping into this whole war zone, and the only person that you can talk to is pretty much yourself. Like you talking to them, but they can't hear you, or they can hear you, but they ain't got their mics on, so you can't hear nothing that they're saying. So it's like ain't no communication going on. So they locked arms, so they know they're there, but as far as if they get separated, they can't communicate with each other because they haven't switched comms over. That's a scary thing.
Shit. We couldn't lose anybody inside there. We'd never walked through the palm groves before. We didn't have a dog. We didn't have the experience. And looking back on it, it's one of the most dangerous things I've ever done, because you knew the guy in there had a gun, like for sure. You knew that they run around with S-Vest, and you know they're committed. So now we are walking on there. So if you imagine just a big open field with a big sparkle in the center of it, and we're going to walk towards it. And we're going to walk until we find this guy. Okay. So we do.
Yeah, okay.
Completely committed, interlocked arms, and we are walking forward, and we're getting the updates. 15 feet. 10 feet. You're standing on him.
That would have to be the most gut-wrenching feeling in the world, because there's a dude with a giant belt-fed gun hiding in this grass that you can't see, and all you have is somebody telling you where he is, but y'all can't see him. It's legit like a ghost. Somebody sees it, you can't. And all you know is right about where they're saying he is. And him having a belt-fed gun, if he knows exactly where all y'all are, all he got to do is pull the trigger and basically spin himself in a circle, and all of y'all are down. Oh, that's crazy.
And you see everybody looking down like, he's not here. Third person from the right, you are standing on him. And we all look over to the right. Nothing. Like, what the fuck? So we're all on a line, standing right there. And Jay calls an audible. He's like, whole maneuver element, take a right-hand turn, because we know there's an open field. We just have to cross, and now it's completely open. Now we can regather our shit, and we can assault from this side. By just walking through all this crazy brush, we can approach it from the open side and just walk in the brush a little bit, maybe call him out, do something else. And when we turn right, this element stayed. They didn't get the word. So,
see, you know what I'm saying? Part of a move, the other one stayed because they ain't switched their thing over. They ain't switched their comms over. So now you got people that don't know nothing that's going on, so they can end up stuck in the doggone bushes with the dude. Meanwhile, the rest of the team, they done went out in the grass in the clear area, but they can't get a hold of the other people that's stuck in the grass. See what I mean? This is why it's important to always be on your comms. Be on your comms, man.
now we have a bad guy, our element, and then another element. Now we're in a Polish ambush. We turn, we walk out, and we enter this beautiful manicured open field. There's not an ounce of cover anywhere in it. There's not a rut. There's nothing. There's not a rock. There's a single tire, and it's about 20 feet, 30 feet from the edge of the brush line. It's just out there, and we're standing there, and a team guy gaggle, standing around like wondering, what the fuck? Is this guy really there? Is it a dog? Is it some animal? Like, these guys are clearly lost, and we don't realize that that bad guy is in there, probably 6 feet inside, and he's looking at us, and we're from the middle of the wall, and we're close. We're having a full-on conversation, and at one point we're trying to relay to the other guys, because now we know we've lost 3. Now they're lost in brush country. We have to reconsolidate them so we can deal with this guy, because now we know the reality. We've turned the entire profile. Blue forces, bad guy, blue forces. We've got all the rest of the guys over here on the west side, and now we're trying to do a link up. Like, we have to get them around to reconsolidate with us. The blue force picture and knowing where everybody is
Well, I got a feeling somebody finna do something stupid. And I can almost guarantee it's gonna be the dudes that didn't switch their comms over. That can't hear nothing going on. That ain't communicating with nobody because they didn't flip their comms. Man, I already know this is about to go stupid. Watch what I tell you.
it's challenging at times, but you really have to know then. We basically walked right up to the edge. It's Jay's there, our corpsman, our terp, the JTAC, and a guy we'll just call Matty is standing there with me, and we're all in kind of a team guy gaggle. And Jay hears something in the bushes, and I think he believed at the time it was the guys, and he screamed out, "Hey!" And when he did, that dude let off the biggest holly.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? What? Why she say that dude just bust out with that big old belt fed and just went to mowing stuff? Watch what I tell you.
Wood belt fed burst I've ever heard.
Oh,
and
shit.
everybody dropped. It was
See what I'm saying? Like, bro, like it's super annoying, bro. Like when people don't when you don't pay attention to stuff. Like even when it's playing Call of Duty, bro. Like I know this ain't like you can't compare playing Call of Duty to this what they're dealing with in real life. But I just want to say, I played a lot of Warzone. And there's nothing more annoying than you. It's a 4-man team. A 4-man team. And when y'all getting down to the last couple of circles and it's getting tight, you still got 3 or 4 teams you got to deal with. So it's 4 against like another 8 to 12 people. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all got to be communicating. You know what I'm saying? So when it's like maybe 1 or 2 of y'all that got microphones trying to communicate, but the other 2 just kind of doing their own thing, it makes it that much more challenging because it's really like the other 8 to 12 people against 2 people because y'all the only 2 on your team with microphones. Like it's so annoying because then you get the 2 people who ain't got microphones do something stupid, which leaves the other 2 with microphones in stupid positions, and now we trying to fight against all these people because y'all can't talk.
like we used to do the new guy scenarios. You're doing land warfare, the first contact and all the head shed dies, and now you got to drag around like, playing war games. That's what it was like. Everybody hit the deck. And there was a tree probably 30 feet that way. And I remember I turned, I heard it, watched them drop, and I was sprinting so fast to that thing. I remember the dust kicking up in front of me when he was tracking me. I dove behind the tree, and he pounded on that tree for what seemed like an eternity.
Wow.
I was on my back looking up. I mean, you can imagine, helmet's cockeyed, there's no ambient light, I can't see shit through my nods, and there's just dirt blowing all over me. I mean, I am consumed by this. I don't even know where he's at now. I don't know if he's on his feet chasing me down, like I'm just overcome with withering fucking fire. And then it stops. And he pans back over and he starts to engage the dudes. This thing goes on for a little bit, and we're trying to reconsolidate. The JTAC has went out, and he's trying to grab people now. He's behind a tire. I remember looking over and seeing Jay, and I remember him sitting upright, and I watched him get shot one more time, right in the face, and it looked like that was it. He hit the ground so hard, you knew he was dead. So
Y'all seen the way Sean Ryan look? Hold on. Look at this dude's face. Cause I've been looking the same exact way. What is it? Yeah. I'd have been sitting there looking that same exact way, bro. Listening to the story. Cause, man, listen here. I know Sean Ryan's probably sitting there like, bro, couldn't have been me, my boy. couldn't have been me.
Yep. And I got up and I ran as fast as I could, and I dove like a baseball slider in behind that thing. And it was such a sigh of relief to feel another human next to me. I was so thankful that he was there. And now we have to figure out how to get out there and bring those people back here. And this whole thing's happening very, very fast. So Jay's been shot multiple times. He's discombobulated, he's talking, and this guy's still trying to shoot him, but he can't see shit because it's black. So if you're quiet, he can't hear you. The bravest thing I have ever seen in 17 years happened on that night. I watched Maddie get up and run forward after he'd already been shot and grab our corpsman and is dragging him backwards, just like out of the movies. Corpsman pulls out his pistol and is shooting into this bush line. And Maddie gets shot again. Boom, spins him around and dumps him. He gets back up, grabs him and gets shot again. Dumps him and he gets back up and continued to drag him back until we got them all back to the tractor tire. You know, we're all pulling him in.
Boy, that's some crazy adrenaline and some sure will and determination to save your teammate. Cause man, listen here. You done been shot 3-4 different times and you still, instead of trying to drop your buddy and save yourself, you still grab a hold of him while he trying to cover with a pistol and trying to drag him to safety. Kudos to you, brother. Cause man, that's a real trooper right there. No man left behind, you hear me?
And we basically just dogpiled on him, just plates on plates, just trying to build up a human wall to not let these people be shot again. And he's still shooting us the entire time. He hasn't let up. He just doesn't know where we're at now. So if we can keep everybody quiet, we've got hands over mouths, like people are screaming. We had the corpsman got shot through tib-fib, shattered his leg.
I'm excited to introduce to you the newest member of my family. We call him Stanley. We got Stanley this past Christmas, and pretty quickly my focus became making sure he was safe while still giving him the freedom to actually be a dog. I went looking for the top-rated GPS fence, the #1, and that's how I found Spot On. Stanley wears their Nova collar. With Spot On, I set up a GPS fence for Stanley right on my phone. No physical fence, no leash. I just walk my property line or draw it on the map, and that's the boundary the collar recognizes. I can create multiple fences, save them, and adjust them whenever I need to. So whether we're at home or traveling, Stanley always knows where his boundaries are. Another thing that stood out to me is these collars are designed right here in the USA and assembled in New Hampshire by a team that's been working with high-precision GPS technology for years. And you can tell a lot of attention went into making this thing reliable. The Nova collar uses a dual-band GPS system connected to more than 150 satellites, along with an antenna that's over 5 times larger than typical GPS fence collars. That keeps the boundary accurate, even around trees, terrain, and changing conditions. Spot On's true location technology has been independently tested and delivers 99.3% containment, which matters when you're trusting something with your dog's safety. It's incredibly durable, and on top of that, I can check his location in real time, send voice commands directly to the collar, and track his activity through the day. I use Spot On so Stanley gets the freedom to run and explore, and I get the peace of mind knowing he's safe. Let your dog roam with Spot On. Go to spotonfence.com/SRS and use code SRS for $50 off the Nova collar. That's spotonfence.com/SRS and use code SRS for $50 off.
Maddie got shot through the brachial artery, hit his humerus and shattered that, and it flipped over the back of his neck. Ugh. And I remember, because we talked about it later and it made sense, he looked very confused at one point, in between dragging the corpsman back, and he said he was looking for his arm. When it broke, it snapped and went over his neck, and he looked down and just saw this. Couldn't see it. I mean, there's no moonlight. You can't see anything. You can't see under nods right there. It's just gone. You look down, and there's a stump there. So he doesn't know. He's been shot in the leg. Jason shot in the leg and the side plates. I think he took a double stack to the elbow, so it blew out his entire arm. And then he took one to the face that basically removed his jaw, removed his nose, and you could look inside him. It was just...
That's brutal. That is brutal. Oh my God. Yeah. That's why I never went. I never thought about going. Nope.
Bad as it could have been. So we get them back and we go into TCCC mode. Tourniquets on there, we're packing wounds, we're doing that, and thank God for that course. I don't know where we'd be without that. The live tissue training and all that. That was, I was so prepared for that. We were in and out of that blowout kit so fast. And I joke with Matty about it. He was, I put the tourniquet on him, he was begging for me to stop. I was like, two more turns. Finally got the blood to stop. I had my fingers inside his arm, feeling out that thing. The medics working on Jay and the corpsman, putting on tourniquets, pressure dressings, all that. And I remember having a distinct conversation with Matty. He's begging me for quick clot. He's like, quick clot, over and over and over. I remember from talking to the surgeons during the training, he's like, if you dump quick clot in there, the only way to remove it is to cut it out. And it's inside of his bicep. And to me, I have the bleeding stopped. I have it under control. And I'm not pouring quick clot in you because they're gonna have to cut it out of you. Like, I'm saving you. You're not dying here. Like, you don't need that quick clot. We had a bunch of hemostatic dressings. Like, I'm packing this thing, it's fine. And he wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. So I told him, yeah, and I grabbed a thing of quick clot. And this is underneath a tractor tire where rounds are coming over. I was like, I've got it. And I pretended like I did it, and I went like that. And he's like, thank you so much. So yeah, you never got quick clot. So the next thing, we have tourniquets on them. We are talking about what we're going to do now, and he is still engaging. And the JTAC J starts prepping a fire mission, and it's close. It's the closest, at that point, is the closest fire mission the coalition forces the entire war.
No shit.
Yeah, 40.
Estimate.
10 meters, 15 meters.
10 fucking meters?
Close enough to where you could take a grenade and throw it.
Holy shit.
It was... And they started walking him in. By this time, the other element we had maneuvered away. Nobody was firing because we didn't have a picture. We didn't know where this dude was coming from. We didn't know where our forces were. And we thought that if we were to engage this guy, we would have hit our own blue forces. So there was a big lull in the fire, and we were basically just being withered.
Yeah.
Like we were just...
That's crazy. Like, it's so much going on. Like, even him shooting the gun, they were in such a panic trying to get away from it and trying to get the cover. Nobody could even see where the gunfire was coming at, because if you were able to look for it, then I'm pretty well. Then again, if he's in high brush, you probably can't see it. But I don't know, because even with it being so dark outside, I don't know. That's a tough situation. That's a tough situation, knowing that dude's out there. Y'all can't figure out where he's at, knowing the type of artillery he's holding on to. Man,
it's getting chewed up. Strobes are getting shot off helmets, like it's in there. And they're everywhere but hitting human beings. So we've essentially taken the tractor and we've stacked up plates in between them on our sides, and now we're just working on people. We're laying on top of people, doing whatever we can. And Jay's prepping for a fire mission, and he's asking for 25 mic and 40 mic, and basically to start walking it in. And I remember a distinct conversation. They said no. They said it's too close. And he said, we're gonna fucking die anyway. Juliet Alpha, send it. Gave his initials, and they started dropping it, and you could feel it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. You could feel the vibrations start to get closer and closer and start to bounce you off the ground a little bit, and kept coming, and then they started going tally on target. And you could hear that dude, the impacts. You'd hear him smack. You could hear him screaming, and it was very satisfying. Like, just let him go. Like, let him go. Like, we're not walking back up that tree line again. Let that dude die. We called in for a medevac. They landed right on the X. right there where we were. We loaded him on there, and I jumped in. The
Wow.
corpsman had already been shot, so we had him, Maddie, and Jay Redmond. And we talk about the typical team guy shit sometimes about, if this happens, just put me out of my misery. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if I get hit by an IED and it blows my dick off, just finish me. Like, people say that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, bro said if I get hit by an IED and my meat get blowed off, just put me out of my misery. He's like, you know what? Look here, I ain't even mad at that decision, because at the end of the day, who want to live as a man? Who want to live his life with no meat? You can't do no. If you're a married man, boy, you can't do nothing. How you gonna explain that one to your wife? I mean, I know y'all said for better, for worse, through sickness and health, they'll be y'all part. But she gonna feel some type of way, boy. You come back home off a tour, and you left with one, but you didn't come back with it. That's gonna be a conversation right there.
That would have been one of the times. If my face looks like this, put me down. And he was the most coherent, the most calm dude I have ever seen. Sitting upright, leaning forward, letting shit pour out of his face so he could breathe. And he didn't say much, man. I don't know if the shock hit him. I don't think he knew how bad it really was. So I'm working on Maddie and the helo. We're kind of doing the whole comb thing, running down his fingers. We're finding bullet holes. We're trying to patch all this stuff up, and we get him back. Those helo pilots flew that bird so fast. I thought they were going to suck us out of the bird. Like, we had to shut the doors. I've never been in a 60 that flew that fast, ever. I mean, to this day. That thing, that thing was in a full attack mode the entire way back. It was the fastest shit I've ever been in. And thank God for it. Some of the stuff you don't think about, like the tourniquets slipping. Like, now the compartment syndrome sets in, all the blood's getting pushed out, now it gets loose. Now he starts blowing blood all out of it. Like, it's in my mouth, it's all over me, like I'm covered in it head to toe. Like, it's, I mean, it looks like a scene out of Black Hawk Down in the back of that helo. Like, there's just med kits everywhere and just people laid out. It's like another dose of reality. You know, team guys do get shot, and if you're not trained to handle that situation, you won't rise to that. Like, if I wouldn't have been through TCCC, if all those dudes wouldn't have played out that exact scenario hundreds of times in training, I don't know what would have happened. Like, it's a testament to how good those dudes were prepared. That JTAC, the balls he had
Yeah.
to drop.
Yeah, boy. Look here. I don't even like I'm not somebody who gets really like squeamish, I guess you could say, like when it comes to like blood or, you know, and gore and stuff like that. But I don't think I would ever want to really be in a position to where I got people around me that I have to do something like that, you know, and it's, I'm trying to like save someone's life by trying to use tourniquets and all that other kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure I can do it if I had to, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, sometimes it ends up being that way, you know, trying to save somebody's life or whatever. But, you know, I don't have the training to do none of that kind of stuff, you know, so I would have to definitely try to find a way to train myself or go get training to be able to do that in the event that I would ever have to use those particular skills or whatever the case may be. But I know that had to be an incredibly stressful thing to go through.
That the confidence he had in that AC-130 crew. Like, if you miss that thing, like your first round for windage, it was so close it could have killed us. It's like, that's the confidence. It was humbling, man, to get back from that thing. I remember we dropped those guys off. I wasn't there for the rest of the target. What happened after that? I was probably gone for an extra 2 hours, and I came back from the debrief, and I walked in, and, you know, I'm an emotional fucking wreck. I would have sworn that Matt was going to die for sure. Like, Jerry looked like he was dead. I never thought he'd make it. I mean, just the way his face looked, like, it looked so bad. But outside of his arm, no real life-threatening injuries. Outside of a shit ton of cosmetic stuff. I mean, it's a really lucky way to get shot. Matty was he was a different animal. He got a bad infection. External fixators, you know, it's all over the place in the hospital. A very surreal moment, especially for that deployment. Just, that's how we're going to end this whole thing. It's a somber way to go home on that deployment. And I never really got to process it. I didn't have time. just the whole reality of what had happened, kind of what we've been through, together as a group. Being in firefights is one thing. Like,
Man, the SEALs, boy, them were some different kind of dudes. SEALs, Delta, them some different kind of dudes from the stories I've heard, man. And I tip my hat to them guys, man, because they got to go through some crazy stuff. I mean, I can't imagine, experiencing the stuff that they got to experience. Going out on these missions and so on and so forth, man. It's wild. It takes a different kind of dude, and then not to mention, if they do survive, the PTSD from it, and all the emotional stuff that they got to go through. You know what I'm saying? And then, the longer they stay in, they don't really have time to really sit back and deal with any of it because they're constantly dealing with this type of stuff, man. So that's wild.
being in that is completely different. Like, just helpless. I couldn't shoot back. I couldn't do anything. I could just lay there and put my plates in front of that guy and hope he shoots me and not you. I can give you a tourniquet. Outside of that, man, outside of moral support, like, we're all just in this together. And I would have bet anything. There's no way we would have walked away from that. I thought we were dead after the initial contact. It was so close. It was so violent. And I think it was kind of that, not lackadaisical attitude, because we were definitely wired tight for that, but it's not reality until it's reality. Like, that's not going to happen. Yes, it is. Whether you want it to or not, it's happening right now. So, yeah, a lot of good lessons learned from that. A lot of stuff that I carried with me my entire life, even in training. Because, a lot of guys will put on this Hollywood show during training. They'll run out there and they'll, like, try to save the princess or some kind of crazy shit. No, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to get up and you have to say, cover me, and you have to go out and do that. And sometimes you have to call in danger close fire missions. Sometimes you have to run out there being shot already and drag back a dude to save his life. Like, there's no argument with that. That's the most heroic shit I have ever seen. Ever. I mean, to this day. Like, if I had one defining moment where I stood back and I was just starstruck, that's it. Like if I had to capture a 30-second clip of, you want to be a Navy SEAL? Why do you want to be one? Because people will do this for me. That'd be it. That'd be Jake on a fire mission, Maddie run out there, grab him back to Corman.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't agree with him more. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to do something like that, and somebody had to ask me why, it would probably be because I know without a shadow of a doubt somebody's going to risk their own life to try to save mine. You know what I mean? That's a hard decision not to make, At the end of the day, it's still a tough decision regardless to even sign up to even want to do something like this. But if you had to pick which way you would want to go, if that was an option, then that would probably be the reason. Because knowing that your boys got your back, even if it cost them their life, that's a huge deal,
Dragging him back is a badass move.
That is some heavy shit.
Oh, fuck, man.
Damn.
No matter where you're watching the Sean Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this at all, anything, please like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, head to Apple Podcasts and Spotify and leave us a review.
Looking back on it.
Well, that's another video, man, from the Sean Ryan Show. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. And if you really enjoyed the video, and you enjoyed the reaction, go on, hit that like button and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so that way you can catch all the new videos as I upload. And make sure you share it out, that way you can spread the word, get some people coming in, get your friends, your family, you know, make them come on over and enjoy the party with us. You know, um, yeah, this is a super dope video. But till next time, man. Love, peace, and hair grease. We up out of there.